Bro, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
How do I? Oh, I'm on the wrong way. How do I get back to where we was at? Now I'm trying to do something here. I was trying to start off the show with a video. I just had to show Alicia Keys and her some people are happy to be at the Don't Cancel Me podcast. But let me go ahead and figure out why I can't get you on the screen because this is in my way. Oh, because I'm maximized. I had to unmaximize myself. Now here we go. And now we here. Welcome to the Don't Cancel Me podcast. I tried to be smooth. That's my first time starting a video in the beginning, so now I know what to do next time.
Oh, bro. That's funny, dog. That is hilarious. Starting it off with that. That's hilarious starting it off with that. I forgot how she was off key.
Oh, boy, off key ain't the word. I don't know what she thought was going on.
Bro, she thought the mic was off.
She had to.
She had to think the mic was off because, I mean, my goodness. My goodness.
That was a really bad performance. But
I mean,
nonetheless, she made up for it.
She made up for it, especially when she got it from that piano. My goodness. Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord, once she got it from that piano. Mm-hmm. Swiss. Brother Swiss. Yeah, absolutely.
How
did the right thing.
Well, we gonna get the introduction going.
Welcome to another episode of Don't Cancel Me podcast, man. I'm Vino Flight.
And I'm Picture Perfect.
And we are here for episode 70 of the Don't Cancel Me podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We apologize for a little bit of the late start. Had some technical difficulties per usual. You know, when we really get into our bag, when we really get excited about an episode, Satan somehow finds a way to try to manipulate and have his hand on what we are trying to do. But we here at the Don't Cancel Me podcast believe that God has a higher calling for us, and we won't allow Satan to get in our way of having a great show. So we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Shout out to that boy Stephen here.
Another blessing right now. I'm looking at the stream on my phone. I look good. I look like you right now, Fly. Y'all keep me updated on y'all.
Back it up a little bit. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's all it was. But you know, we figured out a little bit. We got a temporary fix for today. But I look pretty good, man. Y'all let me know, Chad, if I start to get a little fuzzy again. I already have a contingency plan in place.
Oh, look at that. Okay. The contingency plan is in place. We prepared, baby.
What's up, Steph? What's up, Steph?
That boy Steph. That boy D Brown want to know how you get the beads.
Yeah. Did a little something strange for a piece of change.
Oh.
Did a little pleading to get me some beads.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, that makes sense, but this we had a Mardi Gras party at work, so I kind of stacked up. Happy Mardi Gras to all my Cajun folks out there today. If you out there in Alabama or New Orleans or any part of Louisiana, I know Galveston. Or even Galveston got a big time Mardi Gras parade. I think happening today. So shout out to everybody. It's Mardi Gras. What else is today? Oh, shout out to the Average Mo. Shout out to the Average Mo, y'all. Hey, we're gonna drop the Average Mo. Oh wait, that's not the one I want. Sorry, Average Mo. We want to drop it right here. Average Mo Show, y'all. Happy birthday to the Average Mo Show. Y'all go and hit that QR link. It's going to take you directly to his page. Y'all show him some love. Not only should you follow and subscribe or whatever it's called, you also need to follow, but then you need to gift a subscription is what it's called. So also gift the subscription for that boy today as well for his birthday. We got Jay Horn in the chat as well.
Yes, sir. Jay Horn in the chat. Taco Tuesday as usual. Oh, yeah, that is also today. It is Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday.
For some people, it's payday.
For some people, it is payday. What else?
That's Valentine Eve.
Valentine Eve.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, shout out to all the Valentines. Shout out to all the couples out there that's going to be celebrating Valentine's Day tomorrow. It's going to be fun. You know, even if you can't do a whole lot, I'm sure you can do a little something at the house. It is on a Wednesday. So we're going to do the best that we can with it being on a weekday. But shout out to all the couples out there. And shout out to all the single people. Shout out to all the single people out there, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the side dudes and side chicks.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, well, you know, especially the side dude, because they won't get a call tomorrow.
They won't.
They won't get a call tomorrow. Look, Steph said, I was going to get that too, Steph. Yeah, your day, Steph, is the day after.
That's celebrate the day after. It's crazy.
Her man
They said D Brown said Mo got dance fever on Bourbon Street.
I'm sure. I see he looked like he having a good time out there.
Somebody pull up some Snapchat videos. I know he's sweating through his shirt right now.
Yeah. So I see what you're doing, Steph. So you gonna go get the side girl. It's like some 99-cent chocolate instead of paying $6.99.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he's doing.
That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with that stuff. Do what you gotta do, brother.
Yeah, do your thing, brother. Ain't nobody hating. Hey, do your thing. I need to see these videos of Mo dancing though. I know it's funny. I know it's hilarious.
It's a busy day, which is led off of a busy weekend. Shout out to, Jay Horn, I would love to hear from your perspective. You can drop it in the comments. How was Vegas this weekend? But shout out to Super Bowl 58, man. Shout out to Super Bowl 58, and congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Absolutely. I called it.
You did. You picked the Chiefs, didn't you?
I did pick the Chiefs.
Do you know when the score was? It was 19-19? Was it 19-19? Yeah, when the score was 19-19, I instantly thought about our conversation in episode 69. What did I tell you the score was going to be?
You said something around there.
I said 27-20. So I was hoping that they can score and I would be off by a point.
Yeah.
I was hoping. I was almost this close to being dang near perfect.
Where you watch the game? You watched the game?
We went to Brandon House.
Yeah. It was I'm sure y'all had a nice little time over there.
Yeah, we did. Me, DB, and Brumman and Chaz and Chaz, Danny, everybody. It was like a little family thing. It was like all those family kids running around. But man, like you said, Steph, I mean, what a script, that is better. Right. Yeah, I heard that this script was better than the one for the new Madam Web movie. Because I heard that one was a pretty bad movie right now. Came out today or tomorrow, whatever. So I probably won't be going to see that. For the first time, reviews make me not want to go see a movie. But anyways, the NFL really did a great job. The two best teams was there. Mm-hmm. The overtime game, I wasn't ready for football to be over, so I'm glad that they went into overtime. And I was really praying that the Chiefs can kick a field goal just so I can get a little bit more football. Mm-hmm. But shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, man, with the back-to-back first team to go back-to-back since the New England Patriots back in whatever time, 03, 04 or something like that. Or maybe 01, 02, I think it actually is what it – no. Yeah, I think it was 01, 02 when they went back-to-back. I think they went 01, 02. They lost 03 and 1 04 because it was 3 out of 4. I can't remember. But anyways, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes, 3 Super Bowl, 3-time champion. Travis Kelce, 3-time champion. The Kansas City Swifties definitely did their due diligence. What did you think about the big game?
I think it was good. I think it started off slow. It was definitely a defensive game. Obviously, San Francisco struck first with the first touchdown. Obviously, they scored first, got a field goal, but then got the touchdown later on. But going into halftime or after halftime, I was like, "There's no way that the Chiefs are going to go out like this." And what really made me believe, because there was some time I was like, "Damn, the 49ers might pull this off," because Chiefs would get a stop, and then the offense wouldn't really show up for some reason. But when it got to overtime, obviously, Patrick Mahomes had a legendary drive, get them down there. They go to overtime. I told Kate and I told my aunt, and I said, if San Francisco wins the coin toss and they say they decide to receive first, they're going to lose. It's like they're going to lose. And sure enough, they call tails. It goes tails. They receive first, and I felt like that was the dumbest decision they could have did. In my opinion, I believe they should have just went second. I mean, the defense was holding up. They could have, been able to get a stop and make them get a field goal, and the offense was doing well enough to go down and get a touchdown. But when you make Patrick Mahomes have his back on the wall, he's going to deliver a GOAT performance. And, I mean, he delivered a GOAT drive down there, walked them all the way down, and got a touchdown. I mean, it was brilliant football on their end. From what I know, the little that I know of football.
Well, I think it was a brilliant game plan as far as excuse me. I think it was, like you said, a bad idea for them to receive the ball as well, because when you do that, you put Patrick Mahomes in a 4-down situation.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if he gets the ball first,
mm-hmm.
then they have to think about if they're gonna go for it on 4th down. They have to think about that stuff because it's like, we gotta, But when he goes second and he knows what he has to get, you put him in 4-down. You put him in 4-down situation. So
it gives you a little bit more confidence because it's like it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much a thought process. Like you have a little bit more confidence. The way I can equivalent to is obviously I got to equivalent everything to basketball is that if you're down to is the last game of the season. There's no like worried about playoff. There's no outside factors that are going to harm. The worst that can happen, like obviously you lose, but you shoot for 3. You're going for the 3. Like it's you have a little bit more confidence when you're going for the 3 instead of like trying to find the best shot. Like it's hard to really explain. It's just a little bit more confident when you know that you have that extra down. Like you don't have to worry about, oh, okay, I have to worry about the team, see what they're gonna do. Like it's just a little, It's a confidence booster.
Right. That's why in college, each team gets a chance to score from the 25. That's how college works. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people go on defense first so that they know what they got to get to win.
Right.
So it was kind of the same concept there, but the NFL is not used to stuff like that because the rules for the longest used to be you score touchdowns, game over. So apparently the 49 players didn't know the rules. I don't know.
When did they change?
They changed it. They changed the year Patrick Mahomes
when they
beat the Bills in 13
That's
seconds. Right. And everybody felt bad because Josh Allen didn't touch the ball, so they changed the rules. Mm-hmm. And so, anyways, I want to get too technical with it, but it was a great game, fun game. Mahomes came through, did his thing. He's amazing. I love Mahomes. It's just hard to beat a team twice, especially, and it's hard to go back to back. So I just took those 2 hards, pause, and then I made a prediction. So.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
So, I'm cool with Mahomes winning, but I made it. Listen, last year after the season, I made a bold claim, and I said that the Texans will make the playoffs. Here I am today on February 13th, Valentine's Eve. I'm making another bold prediction. The Kansas City Chiefs will not 3-peat because the Texans will beat them in the second round.
I like it. I mean, especially being the Texas fans have a lot more confidence about themselves than previous years. I mean, the future is very, very bright. Shout out CJ Stroud, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Shout out Will Anderson, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Shout out to D'Amico Ryans.
He's Coach of the Year. I don't care what nobody
Shout out to Andre Johnson.
Yes, Andre Johnson. Round of applause for Andre Johnson, man. First Texan in the Hall of Fame, man. Well deserved. I mean, I might even try to make a trip to Canton, Ohio.
I've already looked at flights. My goal, Andre, if you see this, Andre, my goal is to be in Canton, Ohio, to watch you say your speech and unveil your statue head. I don't know what you call it. And really quick, while we're speaking of statues, shout out to Kobe Bryant. Let's get Kobe Bryant. They unveiled his statue on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I only problem I had with it when Vanessa said, I just want y'all to know Kobe picked this. So if you don't like it, then whatever. I feel like he didn't pick it, but they just saying that so people won't complain. You think he did?
I think he did because he's talked about having a statue, and he's talked about having multiple statues, like 2 statues for different number, which he's going to have 3 out there, which is crazy. Right.
But 3, that pose.
But the pose, it could have been, I mean.
Because that's what she said he picked. I'm saying the pose. Do you think he picked that pose?
He probably could have, because I'm going to tell you why. And this is all Kate. We all know that pose. If you don't know, that pose is from him walking off the court after dropping 81 points on the Raptors. And as we all know, Kobe Bryant had a commercial where Jalen Rose entered in and he asked the waiter for 81 olives. Kate said, because once I told her that's what the pose was, she was like, well, it's crazy. Kobe still got jokes from above. This is the last ode to Jalen Rose. And I could see Kobe doing that. Like, I'm sure we can all see Kobe being that petty that every time Jalen Rose steps foot in LA and goes to the Staples Center, I know it's called crypto.com, but it's forever going to be Staples Center to me. He's going to have to see that statue and realize that Kobe gave him 81.
So Which I've seen that makes sense too. But you don't think they probably said that just so they won't be no backlash on why they picked that pole? You know how people can get. But if
that's exactly why they said that. But I mean, do I think that
you
Kobe
think two things can be right?
I think two things can be true for sure. I mean, because honestly, Vanessa was probably just like, I don't want to hear it, so let me just go ahead and get in front of it now. Because I don't want to hear anything. Like she already still dealing with enough. I mean, she's never it's something you're never gonna get over, obviously. But she ain't trying to hear like why y'all ain't pick the jersey to or when he hit the game when he shot against Phoenix or he had a whole. But shut up, Kobe picked it. If you don't like it, tough shit. And she's just getting ahead of it. But I do absolutely. I don't want to say that and disregard what you're saying. I completely see what you're saying because there's a very well possibility that they could have just said it just because
right. No, and I'm with you. I'm not saying that's for sure. I'm just saying I kind of believe. Like I was just like when she said it was just like
it feels a certain type of way, right?
Yeah, like like I feel like because so many people was comparing which pose is gonna be, which way go do. So I feel like if you wouldn't have said that, it would have been a lot of pushback on why they chose that one. Jeannie don't know what she doing.
Right.
And Dr. Bus would never.
Right. And it kind of goes back to what we talked about. I forgot what you coined it. But when people die, it kind of has that effect.
The death boost?
The death boost. They kind of like when you put the death boost on it, like something like that.
Yeah.
Then it kind of, elevates it even more. Like, unfortunate that Kobe's no longer here with us, but Kobe picked this pose. Oh, okay. It's automatically fine. But guarantee if Vanessa didn't say that, or nobody says anything about Kobe picking that pose, everybody is going to be outraged with the pose. I mean, because you got everybody picking like what they thought was going to be. I remember talking to DB and asking him what he thought it was, and he sent me a picture of ESPN of what they all thought it was going to be, and it was none of that. So it's absolutely going to be some type of outrage.
Right. So I think, shout out to Kobe Bean. I think it fits in with the other statues that's outside. I had a chance to go by there when I went to the game and see all the statues. I think Shaq has the coolest one because his is hanging off the building. So
hanging off the building?
Yeah,
I've been there, but I vaguely remember I was overwhelmed by everything at Staples.
Yeah, it is a lot, and I think I only seen like 15% of it. Because once we went there, we was kind of like in our little club area where I see, so I didn't even get to really see the entire. Well, we walked around a little bit but yeah, Shaq's statue is hanging off the edge of the building.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I think that one probably like the coolest one.
I'm eager to see what the one with him and Gigi is going to be, and the 24. I'm eager to see what that one's going to be.
Yeah, I said, boy, I hate to be in that. I have to be the other person in that helicopter. Shoot, because I mean, it sucks, but shoot, I mean, it is what it is. I guess. I mean,
it is what it is.
You're the person that died with Kobe.
Prayers to the families of those lost. I mean, but yeah, you think about it. I'll be feeling bad too when I do talk about it because I only talk about Kobe and Gigi.
But it's like 7 other people or 6 other people died too.
7 other people passed on that. Like I'll be feeling bad, but still prayers to those families. I mean, it's gonna be forever tough, man.
Yeah, clap it one time for Kobe.
One more time, man. One more time, man.
But you know who else deserves a round of applause?
Talk to me. I love the transition.
We talked about this on episode 69 last week, and you told me that you think Usher has the potential to be the most epic halftime show of all time.
Yes.
And I must say, I was texting you during the show. I was texting Flight during the show, y'all, and I said, "Hey, you might be on to something." Yep. And I'm just here to say that I was wrong about 2 things. Because I didn't think the show was going to be that good. I said this last week. I should have pulled up the clip where I said last week. They can't copyright my own clip. Right. So I remember I said last week that I don't feel like it had the potential to be the greatest of all time because of the song selection.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here to say that I was wrong on the score of the game and the winner, and I was wrong on Usher. Now, my quick thoughts on it before you go is he did the doggone thing. It gave me residency vibes.
Okay, and you actually seeing it, so yeah,
they had a chance to see it. So it's exciting. It was exciting to see other people be excited about Usher.
Right.
You know, that's what made it more exciting. So, but I will say he did the doggone thing, and I can't stay here today and not give credit to Chaz, because we all had a debate on what was going to be the number one song the first song he come out with. I thought it would be Yeah, because I feel stupid now. I thought that, but I say Yeah
after it's hindsight, right?
Yeah. Right, because I should have thought about it in a different way, because I thought Yeah because of that's the one song he already had confirmed he was going to do. So I'm like, so that's the one song that everybody know that he's going to do. Go ahead and do that one, and then the whole rest of the show is a surprise. But yeah, he came out with was it Caught Up? He came out with Caught Up, and that's what she guessed too. He did Superstar. I did not think he was gonna do Superstar. She was right again. She guessed like the first 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, something like that.
But you think about it, like first off, Caught Up being the first song, and I think I said that would be one of the songs he would play for sure. Like because it has that type of that up tempo party type of beat, and but to me the hardest part of that show was Superstar. He hit that note, and then at the beginning, because he only said the first line of the song, spotlight, big stage, 50,000 fans, and it gives you the pan out, like the overhead view of him performing in the stage in the middle of the field with everybody. Man, come on, dog.
I'm gonna go with the clock. When
the clock,
and when it stopped on 7, that was legendary.
That was the second one for me.
Okay.
But it's like for me, like 50, and then what he said, like at the beginning before he went into Superstar, how he's like, you know, they didn't think I would be able to do it, but look, here we are, like, and then it gave me goosebumps, like to see the overhead view and singing that with around 50,000 people in an NFL stadium standing up singing your shit. Like, that's insane, yo. It made me buy tickets for his concert in October. Hey, listen, like, that performance was amazing, dog.
And it was. And I had to wake up the next day and really start to think about it. Like, was it the best halftime show of all time? And you know, and I watched it again when I got home, because really quick, what people don't, I didn't know this either until I got home that night. I was just on Facebook, and I did not notice Nickelodeon had a broadcast, and SpongeBob gave me Sweet Victory. I don't know if there's real SpongeBob fans out there that would know.
If you know SpongeBob, you know Sweet Victory. Yeah. Like, come on, man.
I didn't know he performed that.
Yeah.
We had 2 epic performances. In one night. SpongeBob performing Sweet Victory is top 10. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't make a top 10. All I did a top 10, excuse me. All I did was the top 5. But if I made a top 10, SpongeBob and Sweet Victory is going there. But after I calmed down a little bit and rewatched it, I did bring it down a little bit. I did bring it down a little bit. I had to, and then I had to go watch some other stuff to get excited again. So is it? I wanna do this. I'm gonna give you my 5 shows.
Okay.
That I thought was epic. Only one of these shows I did not see in person.
Okay.
I didn't write it down. I'm gonna try to remember the best way I could off the top of my head. So this is my top 5. After seeing Usher, this is my top 5 halftime shows.
Okay.
Number 5, I'm going. Was it last year with the LA and the Dr. Dre?
2 years. 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Dre and them. 50 Cent hanging upside down.
Yeah.
That mug went hard. That mug went hard. I had to really. At first, I was like, maybe that could go top 10. And there's one that I don't have in my top 5 that some people probably will, but I'm gonna explain why. But I'm going Dr. Dre, then number 5.
Okay, the West Coast joint. Okay.
All right, number 4. I'm probably going with Beyonce in 2012.
When she was headlining halftime show.
When she was headlining the halftime show, because she shut the lights off in the stadium To me, that's big time. Number 3, I'm putting Usher at number 3.
Okay.
I'm putting Usher at number 3. Usher's performance was amazing.
I got a feeling that the show that you wasn't at is number 1.
Actually, it's number 2.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And let me explain why Michael Jackson. I went back and
please explain. I think we got the same explanation. I really do.
I had to go back and rewatch it. And when Mike popped up over here, and then Mike popped up over. This is 1993. Yeah. Then another thing about Michael Jackson performance is Mike had more viewers watching the halftime show
than they had watching the game
itself. Anyways, then Michael popped up over here. But the way he popped out from the bottom of the stadium, the set, was epic. And what did he do?
He just stood there.
Then he made me mad. Then he gonna do this. Crowd going crazy.
You forget to take the shades off after another.
I know that was after that. Yeah, after he did that, then he go
do this.
And then pull the shades off. And I said, dog, Mike was so epic. The singing with the kids. I mean, it don't look right. We know the story now, but back then, like the singing with the kids. But number 1 for me is definitely Coldplay. I went back and rewatched that Coldplay Super Bowl halftime show. And the reason why I went with number 1, I'm always gonna go off how it made me feel.
Okay.
And rewatching it today, I rewatched it today. Coldplay. Why was Coldplay important for y'all that don't probably recall? Coldplay, not only he white, and the white people, they were into it. They were jumping up and down. They were having a good time. I knew like 2 Coldplay songs, but
I knew all the songs that they played.
Oh, okay. See, okay, yeah. But then Bruno comes out, and Bruno just hitting. But then when the camera pans to Beyonce, and then you had them coming together doing the dance battle, I got goosebumps all again rewatching that performance because it was so epic. And then he comes back out, and so for me personally, my favorite halftime show still to this day is still gonna be Bruno, Coldplay, and Beyonce.
I respect that list. I like that list a lot.
Prince, I understand. I went back and rewatched it, but the thing about Prince, I remember this list is by how it made me feel. Prince is an honorable mention, but I am not a Prince fan.
Got you.
So for me, it don't make me feel. Yes, I know the song "Purple Rain" and it starts raining and it was beautiful, but Prince don't hit like that for me.
Right.
So that's my list. That's my top 5. I would love to hear how yours compares up to mine.
Man. Okay. So I don't have them in order, but I definitely have them. I based it off the same sense of how it made me feel. And honestly, there is only, I don't know. I'll just give my 5. No particular order. First one, the West Coast one. I mean, the West Coast, Dr. Dre and Friends.
Are we the same on that one?
We're the same on that one. I mean, that's epic, very nostalgic. It was a vibe the whole way through. I mean, even going back and rewatching it, I felt the same way I did watching it in 2021, I believe that's when it was. Next, The Weeknd. The Weeknd's halftime performance, I feel like, is very slept on. I'm a Weeknd fan though. I'm a Weeknd fan, and I do remember watching that, and even going back and watching it again.
I like the
I think good one. That was a good one. Going back and watching it, it was The Weeknd put on a hell of a show. I think it is a hell of a show. But also, once again, I'm a Weeknd fan. The Weeknd is not for everybody.
That's fair. I remember that performance. I didn't know any of his songs, but I remember he was walking through something, and the camera. I remember that performance. I just didn't know much of that many songs, but
put on a hell of a show for me. My next one, Once again, no particular order. Usher is in there. Just happened. Usher is in there. Usher is in there.
Top 5 too.
He's in that top 5 for sure.
Hey, Chad, why you rank where y'all put Usher at too? If you had a top 5, you ain't got. If you want to tell us the 5, tell us. If not, just tell us where you put him in the top 5.
Beyonce in San Francisco. Beyonce
2012.
Yeah. I got goosebumps off of that. The beginning, and then how she kind of gave that Michael Jackson-esque type of vibe. And I got goosebumps. Everybody is screaming her name, and then she just went insane. Like, she went crazy. And then she brought out Kelly and Michelle and did the thing. And then she shut it down with Single Ladies, and then finished it with Halo. And she cold-blooded.
And then the lights went off for 45 minutes.
Yeah, the queen. The queen, she shut it down. And of course, I agree with you. Michael Jackson has to be in everybody's top 5.
Mike killed it. I think Mike was the first halftime show.
Mike he literally did not say anything for, I think I clocked it, I think it was like a minute and like 38 seconds. Something like that. He didn't say a word. And it was absolutely mayhem in there. On top of that, now correct me if I'm wrong, I could be. But the beginning, probably like the first song, maybe second song, he was singing it.
Yeah.
It was so loud in there, you couldn't hear him singing that he went to lip syncing. Because I heard the music loud and clear, and it wasn't him. Like, I heard the difference of him singing and the song. I think that they had to change something throughout because he wasn't singing no more. It was straight lip sync. I heard him breathing and everything through the first two. After the rest of his set, until he started talking about and then singing "Heal the World," like, I didn't hear him really sing. Like, it was insane. Whether the case he did lip sync or not, it doesn't matter. His halftime show was absolutely incredible. That just goes to show how legendary that man was. To be able to stand on stage for a minute and 38 seconds, not say anything, and everybody losing their damn mind, and probably some people fainted. They fainted at all his other shows. I'm sure people fainted at Super Bowl. Absolutely. Because that doesn't make no damn sense.
Michael Jackson's aura doesn't make sense. I think, like I said, just rewatch it. I was like, dog, this dude is awesome. In 1993, his show was epic.
And started that whole off with Jam.
But it also made me think, though, like, you know, we gave our top 5 lists and stuff for the halftime show.
Man, my bad. I just felt that shit.
God dang it, Mike.
Damn. He was hitting that motherfucker.
Mike Cole, dog. I think, who do you like? Give me one person that you think would be able to move the needle like Mike and like what Usher did this weekend.
There's only 2 people. I'm trying to think of people that will move the needle like Mike. Only Beyonce.
Somebody new that has not performed.
Somebody new that hasn't performed. Taylor Swift. That's the obvious answer. You got to understand, like, listen, we don't acknowledge it. And obviously it kind of goes back to what we talked about last week. That's also another person I was going to say, Mike. Chris Brown is also there too. But Taylor Swift, to be able to do however many shows she did, doing multiple shows in each city that she went, and to sell out and everybody be singing about it, to having a movie, the Beyonce type treatment, and everybody goes crazy over the movie, over your tour. She just has that fan base. she would be able to move the needle. I don't see how people could. We as a community would say no, not her, because we don't really vibe out with her shit. But her community, her fan base, the Swifties, there's a lot of them. Lady Gaga, no, she performed in the Super Bowl, and she was one of the top Super Bowl performances.
Taylor Swift is a bigger star than Gaga.
Taylor Swift is a way bigger star than Lady Gaga.
Is the biggest pop star in the world.
And just for numbers, Lady Gaga now, after Usher has surpassed as the most viewed Super Bowl, Lady Gaga is at number 4. So yeah, Lady Gaga at the time was very big, but Taylor Swift now, after she just did her Eras tour and everything, and now
after she just did her full season promotion,
and man, come on, man.
After she already did a full season promotion.
No, the thing is, she already did her Eras tour. Her doing the whole thing with Travis Kelce went and saw her on tour. That's how that whole thing happened. So now she made an appearance with the NFL, did some stuff did a couple shows overseas, came back. And you think if they call her for a halftime show, you don't think she gonna move the needle? Like, you crazy to think that she ain't gonna move the needle. She might. Usher got the nostalgic feel, like, from all of us. And we was all locked in, and we knew he had the residency. We knew he had new music coming out. We wanted to see, is he still Usher? This, that, and the third. We wanted to hear all of our old hits. It was 20 years of Confessions, one of the best albums that was ever created. Like, he had that feel. Taylor Swift headline Super Bowl next year? Shit.
I think I'm going a little bit more. I'm going a little bit more what they've been doing and keeping it cultural.
I got another one though too.
I think Drake. I think Drake can shut down a Super Bowl performance, and the reason why I believe that is because of the type of music that Drake makes. See, if you only thinking about his Stay Scheming, Drake, don't think about that one.
First off, who is thinking about Stay Scheming, Drake?
I mean, I'm talking about that, that hardcore. I'm about to just spit. Nah, we don't. That's that, because I think Stay Scheming is his hardest verse ever. That's why I think Stay Scheming was top.
It's up there.
Was top tier Drake. But if you think about songs like Started From the Bottom,
you ain't like it started from the bottom. Obviously,
what's the one he had with the other pop song?
What's the Controller?
Hold on, we're going home.
Hotline Bling.
That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, Hotline Bling. Like,
what's the one?
He has songs like that will rock a stadium because that will appeal to everybody.
No, I 1000% agree. Drake was definitely on my list. I mean, Taylor Swift, Drake, Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown perform at halftime. He's going to shut that shit down because he's gonna do some crazy shit. Lady Gaga came from the top of the stadium in Houston. And I want to talk about honorable mentions. Lady Gaga is in my honorable mention of halftime shows. She went crazy at halftime. Jumping off the stadium? Like, come on, dog. She jumped off the stadium, bro. She jumped off of NRG.
I mean, yeah, Lady Gaga is very talented. I definitely remember that performance.
Headliners,
yeah. Yeah, I think they all be good for halftime, but it made me think about this because Lil Boosie had came out and said something. He said he had tweeted the other day, and I want we can just stay here for a minute and we can move on because I know we got to get to the girl in red.
Lord have mercy, yes we do.
So I'm sorry, I'm just looking for it real quick. Where's the tweet? Boosie, where you at? Here you go. All right, so Boosie tweeted the other day. This is what he said. Now, Chad, I want y'all, first of all, if you're here right now, please make sure you hit the like button. I know all y'all might be subscribed, but if you're here just listening, you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We need it. We're pushing. The numbers are going up, y'all. This is about to be 2024, about to be great. I'm excited. We got more stuff coming. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe and share with one more person, share with somebody, grandma. I think we appeal to grandmas. So now, Mike, I do think about Wayne, and that's a big thing because it's in New Orleans next year. So I don't think they'll do Wayne because Wayne don't really have a lot of pop songs that will appeal to a bunch of people like Drizzy. So Wayne gonna be hardcore.
He don't have a lot of pop songs, but he also has a lot of rap songs that a lot of people from all cultures love. So it may not be pop, but you got to remember we have the most influential culture ever. So they will be out there singing Lollipop, 6'7",
I think
a
there will
Millie.
be. I just don't think I think as far as I think Lil Wayne would be great as a guest. I don't think Lil Wayne would be great as the headliner. Yes.
Yeah, and when you're talking about moving the needle, as far as Mike goes, there's not a lot of people that's going to be able to move the needle. There's only
Wayne
is not one of them.
We're not talking about best. We're not talking about best rappers. We're not
talking about that. We ain't talking about songs. We talking about Super Bowl performance. I mean,
something like that. Yes, Steph. Drake would have to bring Wayne out.
Yeah,
yes,
that would go crazy, and I could see Drake headlining Super Bowl and Wayne coming out.
Facts.
I can see that.
So this is what Boosie said, y'all. In chat, let me know if y'all agree with this. Write if you agree, or not in the chat if you agree or disagree. If R. Kelly wouldn't have gotten in trouble, his songs would be amazing at a Super Bowl halftime show. I can hear that voice now. I believe I can fly. Step in the name of love. I wish, I wish, I wish. The world's greatest. Fiesta, fiesta. When a woman loves, then same girl, and then bring Usher out. OMG. That's what Boosie tweeted. And it caused a little controversy. Not controversy, but it caused a discussion, So I want to ask you, Flight, what do you think? Do you think R. Kelly taking the trouble out, taking the hog ties out? We're taking the hog ties out. We take the hog ties. What we're gonna take the hog ties out. Do you think R. Kelly would be able to have an impact similar to what Usher did this Sunday?
Taking everything out.
Got the hog ties.
There was a time where people were saying he was the king of R&B.
To some people, he still is.
To some people, he's still. When you disregard the trouble, right?
That's what we're doing.
And you think of all of the fire ass hits that he put out. As far as Super Bowl performance go, I don't know. A lot of his songs is like baby making music.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't sit here. I won't say that he couldn't do it, because he absolutely could. I think it would have to be timing.
A clean Kelly would be hard to beat. I agree with that, Steph.
A clean Kelly would be hard to beat. I would also. It'd have to be timing, right? It has to be timing, because honestly, I feel like a lot of these people, it's all about timing. Especially when you look at like the most viewed Super Bowls. There's some people in there like the timing was perfect for them. Like you think about Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake was one of the most viewed Super Bowls performances ever.
Well, yeah, it turned into a porno.
No, I'm not even talking about with Janet Jackson. I'm talking about his Super Bowl performance.
That wasn't his. That was Janet Jackson's performance.
That was Janet Jackson. Yeah, I'm sorry. And Janet Jackson also had Diddy and Nelly there too.
Okay.
So that one wasn't even one of the most at the time. Yeah, probably. Right. But right now, it's not even in the top 10 or top 15, I don't think. Justin Timberlake is in the top 10 strictly because of obviously what he did in 2007, and he had new music out. So it'd have to be like, it's timing. If R. Kelly was like, had some new music coming out, or it was a celebration of one of his legendary albums, kind of like Usher. Like it was, because Usher was on 20 Years of Confessions, one of the best albums ever. And then he's bringing new music out, and he's going on tour. He had a residency. I think it's a lot about timing that comes with these halftime performances. So if R. Kelly had a halftime performance at the perfect time, I think he would be able to move the needle like that. But I think a lot of stuff have to come into play.
I don't think R. Kelly need timing. I think R. Kelly can be just like Dr. Dre was, and be like, let's say he was clean, and they asked R. Kelly 5 years from now. I think he would still have a huge, because his songs are so legendary.
Are you talking about clean R. Kelly 5 years from now, not worried about nothing was on his record?
Right. I'm saying, I'm saying timing.
I'm about to say, because if you say like everybody forgave R. Kelly 5 years from now, he's still alive, he still can sing and everything, and they bring him.
No. I'm speaking. I'm like Steph said. I'm talking about a clean. Like I'm talking about clean. If he was clean right now, J. Cole would not move the needle at all.
J. Cole not moving the needle.
J. Cole,
that's a conscious rapper. He's not moving.
Yeah, he's barely moving it at the Toyota Center.
Okay, we're not doing
I love J. Cole, but
we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
He got a dollar in the dream.
He's moving NBA arenas. He's moving NBA arenas.
Okay, I give him that. I probably give him to Cynthia Woods.
He actually did move there. I seen him there.
I know. Nah, I think R. Kelly would be a great halftime performer because he got too many songs. He ain't even got to go to the baby making song. Like Boosie said, world's greatest. If he did the world's greatest at the Super Bowl, everybody knows the world's greatest. Like,
hold on. But he got world's greatest, right?
Like Boosie said, Fiesta.
World's no. World's greatest, and I Believe I Can Fly. Those are the two songs that everybody knows. Right. Everybody. Outside of those two songs, what do you think everybody knows? Because I guarantee you, I can go up to people and people don't know Fiesta.
Same Girl. I think Same Girl is a good one too that he wrote.
Same Girl with Usher. Yeah, I give you that.
Step in the Name of Love
is debatable. We're not talking, bro, man. We're not talking about songs he wrote. We're talking about
I'm a Flirt.
His songs he sang. So you mean to tell me that Step in the Name of Love and I'm a Flirt are on the same level of world's greatest? And I Believe
they're not on the same level, but I don't need them to be on the same level.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying as far as Super Bowl performances go, think about
Usher. All his songs not like that.
Huh?
Even Usher, not everybody knew every single. I know when we talk about it, because if we're talking about black people, then we know we're good. So we have to be talking about the white folks. So if we're talking about that, not everybody knew all of Usher's songs. That's the people who really mad at the performance. This is who these people put up.
No, that's but that's what I'm saying, because it kind of goes back to your point last week of how you felt like you didn't know if it was going to be a great halftime performance.
But now I see it will be.
Okay, I see.
now I see. Now I'm saying I'm speaking with new knowledge. Now I see that it can be. So that's why I think
that's me. This is me being devil's advocate, right? This is me being devil's advocate because I can see. I wouldn't be surprised if R. Kelly, clean slate, clean R. Kelly, had one of the best halftime shows. I wouldn't be surprised. But devil's advocate, just understanding the music that he has, and then you throw in world's greatest. And I Believe I Can Fly.
And Brumman's right. Ignition. I'm going with Ignition.
Which one?
If R. Kelly really want to shut it down, he can't go trapped in the closet.
Oh Lord!
If he really wanted to shut it down,
we'll never finish the halftime show.
That gonna be so long. True story.
We'll never finish the halftime show.
I think
he got a lot of hits. I just like, once again, devil's advocate. When you look at World's Greatest and I Believe I Can Fly, those were so, not saying that the other ones weren't, those were so mainstream, it was crazy.
Right, and those two songs you just said are more mainstream. Well, no, except for Yeah. Other than Yeah, that's the only song that Usher has that can go in that mainstream category.
But also a lot of Usher songs were mainstream.
Well, I mean, all these songs, all of them doing mainstream. But I'm talking about the ones that reach
mainstream.
No, Yeah is the only one that compares to World's Greatest and the other one we said. Yeah is the only one that compares.
Oh well, yeah. Compared to those, then yeah.
Like Superstar, maybe Confessions. But still, I still don't think Confessions touch white people like World's Greatest. World's Greatest is one of them songs. World's
Greatest is going, World's Greatest. That's why I said. That's why I said
Michael and all them came together to sing. Bro, man, help me out here. What's that song that? The world.
Didn't they have a video of Michael Jackson being mad at somebody who couldn't hit a note?
You're right. But what song? It was like that world song. They all come together.
Bro, man, put the song in there. We know you know it.
Yeah, they all come together. So maybe that, but anyways, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I think all that. So we know Usher. Usher, we know Usher always gonna shut it down, and he did an wonderful job. We both got him in the top 5.
We are the world.
We are the world. Yeah, thank you, brother. We knew you knew that we knew that Usher's just gonna be. I don't know what's going on with my caption things, but it won't. I don't think it'll let me put. It won't let me do the Mr. Steal Your Girl. Can you put it up there for me?
Let me see if I can do it.
But while you're doing that, so as we all know, Mr. Steal Your Girl strikes again.
Oh yeah, it doesn't put the other one.
I had to delete it because it was tripping. But so Mr. Steal Your Girl strikes again. So I told Flight, I asked Flight before the show. I said, "Will Alicia need keys to her new home after she leaves? After she left Vegas?"
Well, you know, Swiss was there. Swiss had to be there, right?
Oh, he was there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he would have to be there.
I feel like I mean, I don't necessarily know if he was there or not. I just feel like he would have to be there, correct?
It's like Usher be doing too much, man. Like Usher, like it's like it reminded me of that video you posted when Usher was bouncing his head off Nicki Minaj booty. He's playing that guitar. Like
that's too much. That was too much.
Well,
I mean, the situation. My bad. The situation with him and Alicia, that like she's married and everything, but I mean, I can't defend it. Like it's tough, but I don't think it'd be different if there was malicious intent behind it. I mean, they've been knowing each other for years. I'm sure Usher knows Swiss. Swiss didn't have a problem with it. I mean, obviously, what he says to the public is completely different than how he probably feels in private. But we only can go by what we know. And in public, Swiss didn't really have a problem with it. So, you know, it's fair play. But on the flip side, Usher was just like, I mean, and also, that's another thing. Yeah, Usher ignited all of this. But Alicia Keys doing all of that smile and like not really trying to like move, like she embraced it. Could she be held in the wrong too? Or are we just gonna blame Usher?
We're gonna blame Usher, and the reason why we're gonna blame Usher is because of the Keke Palmer. If the Keke Palmer never happened last year, if the Keke Palmer would have never happened, then yes, Alicia can get some of the blame.
Once again, I said
this is his forte. This is what he do.
Well, once again, I said the same thing with Keke. Keke, why did she allow it?
Hey,
why is it just Usher's fault? Like it couldn't be 50-50. Like she had
because he named himself Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Well, Usher doesn't. You start off with that, then I wouldn't have had that rebuttal.
Well, I mean, it's in the caption. I wrote it. Mr. Steal Your Girl strikes again.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's what he calls himself, Mr. Steal Your Girl. So,
but to his credit, on Club Shay Shay, he said, "Listen, you know, I don't mean anything by it. I'm just here to have a good time. I'm here to usher you into a good time." That's what he said.
Speaking of that, I did see that on TikTok. They said that you got the Beehive, you got the Swifties. So now they're about to create the Usher board. I seen that. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea to be a part of the Usher board. Anyways, so I agree with you, Casey. You say, I think they were trying to portray the meaning, feeling of the song, but it was a lot. It was a lot. That's what. And I'm Steph. I'm about to get to that. So, and that's what I personally understand. That it's just fun to talk about, but I do understand that, you know, hey, you know, like they're performers, they're doing what they do. This song is called My Boo. You know, that's just, I mean, it is what it is. That's, you know, they gave us that early 2000 vibes. That was the whole point of it. That's what we got out of it. We haven't seen them perform this song in what, maybe 2 decades, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe one.
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while.
So I get it, you know, and it doesn't help that Alicia Keys was looking how she was looking.
Listen, let's just slow it down a little bit. We doing a lot of talking about how Usher holding Alicia Keys. Let's direct our attention to how Alicia Keys was looking when she got up from that piano. Because my goodness, Alicia Keys was looking good. You hear me?
I'm glad because the last few times I seen Alicia Keys, she was looking kind of rough.
When?
I mean, just
okay.
You
know what?
Okay,
you saw her at the crib.
Alicia, she one of them people. She growing up was a huge crush. Then she went on her little no makeup journey, and I respect it. I'm not nothing wrong with it.
I don't even remember that, honestly.
Yeah, she on. That's what she's right now. She's on her no makeup journey. That's what people were posting her pictures saying. She has no lashes. She has no no. Yeah, that
shout out to Alicia
I mean,
Keys.
she might do like maybe some eyeliner or something, but she's not like caked up makeup no more. Like she went to more of the natural feel. She did that a long time ago too.
Didn't even know that she did that.
Casey said, I didn't know Alicia Keys was that fine.
Hey, Casey, hey, listen, I didn't either. I think everybody was shocked except for Swiss Beats and Usher.
It seemed like every lady on earth wanted to be Alicia Keys, and every brother on earth wanted to be Usher.
At that time, absolutely. At that time,
you should have seen the household I was at. Usher go out there and take off his shirt. Woo! I take off my shirt all the time. I don't get it.
Hey, listen, brother, it happens.
I don't get it. Do I need to buy some skates?
It happens.
Do I need to buy some skates? Would that help? Shoot. God, I get it.
Hey, side note. I don't want to get too diverted off, but when he put them skates on, did everybody see how Usher almost bust his ass?
He's not used to his residency stage was a little bigger. he wasn't used to having a quick break.
Nah, yeah, bro. You funny, dog. Do I need to go get some skates? That's hilarious.
No, I'll buy them tomorrow for Valentine's Day. I go buy me some skates, come in the house singing Superstar.
Let me go ahead to Amazon Prime something because maybe I need to do the same.
and not the skates that got the 4 wheels in the row.
Not the rollerblades.
Those are rollerblades, yeah.
Regular skates.
They got the little stop in the front of it. When
you gotta
go on your tippy toes to stop. That's the one.
Because I mean, listen. I heard some stuff too when Usher took his shirt off. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, I don't get it. I get to work on yesterday. I was here. I work with mostly women, so we all in the. I say, "Whoa, what about that game, y'all?" Everybody like, "It was a good game." I said, "Yeah, what about that Usher though?" Or everybody in there, "Oh,
when he took his shirt off,
oh, Usher, oh Lord, that's a man right there." I'm right there in front of him. That's a man right there. Now that's what you call a man. Pointing at me. What you pointing at me for?
What you trying to say?
What you pointing at me for? Now that's a man. That's a specimen. God took his time, so he rushed me. I'm confused. Why are y'all talking directly to me?
Y'all can't look at each other and say that. Y'all gotta look directly at me.
What y'all text about this?
I always start threatening to write people up.
That's exactly. Everybody come to HR office.
Nah, man. That shit was crazy.
Speaking of that, you see my post where they say I look like Denzel? They've been hating on me at work, man. Well, I got a resident, y'all. She works in the memory unit. I mean, not work. She stays in the memory unit. That has nothing to do with the story. But every time I go back there, she always says, and look, she told me that last Monday. I went back there today, and she still said, I went back there, she said, "Hey, Denzel." And so I go around telling everybody, yeah, Miss Such and Such think I'm Denzel. She said I look like Denzel. Mm-hmm. They either laugh, walk away, or look at me like I'm stupid.
And you just trying to figure out why they doing any one of those.
I'm like, that's what she said. And then they were like, then they said, here we go. So then there's people like Casey talking about, oh, her memory has everything to do with the story. I said, okay, well then why does she remember this every day then?
True.
Like, come on now, y'all got
that's a valid comeback.
I'll go back there every day. As soon as I walked in there go Denzel. And I say, I look like this. She say, yep, Denzel Washington. So she know his full name. I told her we need to take her off that unit.
Because she remember a lot.
I said, she doing fine to me.
She doing absolutely fine. She remember that every day.
She's doing. Anyways, back to Usher. So how would you? We're gonna go back to Usher right now. So, Flight, how would you feel when she forgot what the actual Denzel looked like, and you probably the black man she see regularly? Wow. So she just forgot what Denzel looked like all of a sudden. So she can't name me no other black. I can't be Frederick Douglass or nothing. I just have to be Denzel.
First off, you out of line. You out of line. I'm gonna tell you why you out of line. Why was Frederick Douglass the first person you thought of? She ain't that old. She is not that old. Frederick Douglass.
But she is wise. So, anyways, enough about me. What if you was Swiss Beats? How would you feel?
It's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. You got to think of entertainment industry. There's a lot of things that, you know, she does that you would have to be comfortable with. It's just like kind of like dating an actor or an actress. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, they in a TV show or a movie where you know, your significant other is getting a back blown out.
That's tough.
It's tough. I mean, this is some things that you have to understand as part of the job, and you have to be okay with.
Let's take your situation real quick. I want to take your situation real quick. It's an actor and she getting a back blown out. Do you put some stuff in her contract? Like you can't be naked here, or you got to be covered here, or you got to turn this way, or the camera can only be on the back. You can't see the face moan. Like, would you have stuff in the contract that?
I feel like it's doing too much. I feel like it gets to a point to where you're doing too much to where you're hindering their career. I feel like that's way too much. And who am I to hinder what you do to make your money? Like, and I'm sure obviously you've been doing this before I knew you, before we got together. This, that, and the third. Who am I to hinder how you handle yourself? I've also been the type of person that, you know, when I'm in a relationship, I expect you to respect the relationship as I would do the same. So if you feel like there's anything that's going to disrespect the relationship, I feel like you would understand that and you would stop that and put in, you know, an ultimatum or a different situation. Let me give you a choice. This, that, or third. That's just me. But when you come to the entertainment industry and stuff of that nature, like that's just I don't feel like I would do anything of that nature to say, hey, she can only be shown from the neck down, you know, or you know, if it's a love magazine, you can only show her from this side where the man is in front of her. But
so you're saying you won't be like Monique husband?
What's Monique husband like? I don't know what he's like. I know about Monique husband, and I did see the Club Shay Shay interview. I don't know what he's like. Like, obviously, I'm waiting for you to give me the details.
I mean, I don't really know what he's like either, but from what
other people are saying and what you know, what you've gathered from the concrete.
To her, that's daddy.
Yeah.
He daddy and everybody else's babies.
Yeah.
But I know it's a lot of people they really hate that she go with him, that he goes with her everywhere, that he's always around, always. It seems like he'd be almost annoying because I know he's a manager too.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
Hey man, probably, you know, and that's what made me think. It's like, yeah, they probably saying that, you know, he be around, but like, don't say he around. What did he do? He had to do something for y'all to be annoying. Because if he was just there, I don't see it being an issue. So he must be, you know.
I don't understand. I don't understand the problem because that's, first off, Monique is 50 something, 50 plus. She 50 plus. Why not have your husband everywhere you go? On top of that, your husband is your manager.
That's why. Why are you mad? I think he rubbing a lot, because I think he rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, and I think they're not saying that. They just
is he being straightforward?
Is he? I don't know what's happening behind them deal. I don't know. Monique interview was real similar to Kat. You know, it's the same thing with this. The thing about them two individually, and either they both can be telling the absolute truth, and this is what happened. This is how it is. And of course, Monique had, you know, she has receipts for a lot of stuff. And even the Breakfast club even offered her apology and stuff like that. But golly, man, do you ever take accountability for what you could have done better?
I think that's the thing that the thing that turns people the wrong way about these situations, right? Because they'll hear something so quote unquote far-fetched that they will feel like, when are you ever going to take accountability? When
everything can't be everybody else's fault.
Everything can't be everybody else's fault. And I think if Monique would have said something like, hey, I handled, such and such situation a different way. I shouldn't have handled this situation the same way. I shouldn't have said this to Tyler Perry. I shouldn't have said this to Oprah Winfrey. I shouldn't have did this.
I have a hard time believing they just randomly picked you and decided to blacklist you.
I'm
not saying.
Yeah, like there's something that you're not saying that is making them believe why they shouldn't, have you in these roles or have you on these movies or whatever the case may be. Like, I think that's what gives people a hard situation. Am I going to sit here and say that Monique's lying? No, because I don't know. I don't know. But also, to your point, what did you do? Because I feel like things like that always go both ways, right? It's 50-50 both ways, I feel like.
I mean, you're an Oscar-winning actress from the movie Precious to you can't be worked with. I mean, that's such a huge jump without any explanation on what.
But also on top of that, let me play devil's advocate. We've heard stories about how Hollywood can be. If certain people of power don't get their way, and they're used to getting their way, if one person says like, no, I'm not I'm not with that, and that person of power doesn't like it, they can say whatever they want to go ahead and, make things in their favor. That's a possibility, I feel like, in Hollywood or with people of power. As far this is me playing devil's advocate, because once again, I also feel like that, realistically, everybody, in order for people to not like you, you have to have done something. But if we never hear that explanation of what you've done, then we'll never know.
I think this is an issue that us as Black people have, is what I think it is. That it's everything got to be somebody else's fault, instead of just looking at our god doggone self and saying what I could have done god doggone better.
True.
Shoot, it's going.
True.
It's going. Things ain't gonna always work out. Connection, relationships and connections and stuff like that gonna not always pan through. But Jesus Christ, man, it bothers me when people is always them. What they did to me. I mean, I work in HR. I hear it all the time. Well, she said this to me. Okay, but then what started all this? See, y'all getting to that part, but you're not telling me how you got to that part. You're only telling me from the part where it benefits you, because the girl didn't yell back at you. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't tell me that you told her that her mama lost both knees and now she got to crawl everywhere. You left that part of the story out. You left that part of the story out, because now the girl cussing at you, crying at you, now threatening to shoot you. Now you want to come and run and tell me. So I
think I say, I mean, obviously, I'm not going. I feel like that's everybody. I don't feel like it's just us.
I think
we saying it's just us. I see it a lot in our community. I will say that I see it a lot in our community, but I wouldn't say that it's just us. But I do see it a lot in our community. I do.
Well, let me say, and I'm gonna say, like, I'm not gonna go this route, but I say that because I also look at it politically as well. And that's a whole different subject for a whole different conversation. That's why I say it's us.
And that's why, and honestly, that's the only reason why I say that, but I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's not white people.
Yeah,
and then there's
I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah, but I'm speaking from really, like, we got to stop. Look, you got to take, and this really goes for both sides. But I just see it more with one particular side than the other. Like everything ain't everybody else. Like, you just look for something. No, why? No, don't take everybody gun. Well, let's not worry about the gun. Let's worry about the person that's shooting the gun. There's something wrong with them. Lakewood just had the shooting.
Yeah.
Lakewood just had to shout out to not shout out, but prayers for all the people in Lakewood. You know
shout out.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out
didn't
is
mean to say
crazy.
shout out, but prayers for all the people at Lakewood that just went through that for some people a tragic event. But when you do some digging on the chick, or hit the they, the who, the we, the us, the our, whoever it was,
and that's where you shout out LGBTQ plus alphabet.
I'm not shouting them out not right now. So when it comes out to that, that's what happened. Is that this person had. But this person had mental health. The neighbors were complaining about this person. Police have been reporting about this person. So
and did she do it with a 5-year-old next to her?
Don't be surprised when a crazy person starts doing crazy people stuff. That person should have never had a gun. They already got arrested on a gun charge.
And we're not gonna get too political on it, but I mean, this is where the politics come into play. That you got to run the checks. You got to run the checks. You got to make it difficult for people to get their hands on guns. You got to have to make it more difficult, man. Because if people like her, it, we, he, she, they, them,
us, our,
we,
all of us, we are the world.
Me, it, whatever the case may be, is able to get their hands on a gun, knowing that they got arrested on the gun charge, knowing that they have mental health issues, knowing that people have complained about her. Like, you got to do something, man. You got to do something.
There's so many deeper issues on this right now.
So many.
Rather than you trying to tell me about gun control or gun policy, there is so many more issues. I know me and Chaz were talking about it. She said, "Why don't they have metal detectors at the church?" I said, "Say that sentence again."
Why does there need to be metal detectors at the church?
Again, and then you answer your own question.
Yeah, because why does there need to be metal detectors at the church?
What your OC said, God is in control. Okay,
come on, man.
But yeah, that's an example though of trying to not focus on the accountability. That person needs to take mental accountability for their actions.
Right.
But they're trying to find an excuse. So then you led with this other bull crap. So, but prayers for everybody at Lakewood. Yes. I know I wouldn't be at church the next Sunday. I can tell you that much.
I will be watching.
I will be on the live stream.
I will be on the live stream for sure.
As soon as DCM go off, I put on Lakewood.
As soon as DCM go, I see what you did there. I mean, I know we've diverted off quite a bit, but I did want to get back to, we talked about our top 5 halftime performances. I do believe that there was a lot of good halftime performances. Do you have any that you will put in your honorable mentions?
Nah, not really. I didn't really think about the honorable mention. Nah, I can't think of right now.
I go off of like stuff that made me feel, and I mean, I mean personally, I have a couple honorable mentions. It's difficult. Obviously, the ones that was in my top 5, the way it made me feel. There's one that was like I debated, and it was the Prince one. Obviously, I'm not like a huge fan of Prince. Obviously, like family is a huge fan of Prince, but just the Purple Rain set alone, I think you could take that and put that in the can you hear the list again? Yeah, we can go back over the list, VA, since you just was able to pop in. We can go back over the list. But Purple Rain, just take that song, that end of his set, just take that. I think that could be put in not our top 5, obviously, because we named our top 5, but that could be put in people's top 5. Just because of like when you cut the music off and you got the entire stadium singing, I mean, listen, it gives a feeling that is unexplainable. But once again, I agree. I'm not a Prince fan at all, but I do know some of his songs, and obviously I know Purple Rain. But it was just something about like that whole situation was just amazing to me. He's in my honorable mention. He's one of them.
Yeah, maybe
I also have the list of halftime performances as well. So
that's a long list. I don't want to hear that one.
I'm not going back all the way to the first Super Bowl. I'm going.
Well, I think Michael Jackson was the first halftime performance, was he? Because I think I read something.
Everything was like festival or bands. Or
I think the year before Michael Jackson,
the first one, it was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because the year before they aired a TV show during halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And it brought in so many viewers, so that's what gave them the idea to start booking halftime performers.
Yeah, it was a Winter Magic situation.
But I hate to Rain and Prince was still dry. I hate to divert, but I think. Well, excuse me. I hate to divert, but it's crazy with these halftime shows, and that these folks don't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me that is like a bigger thing, because it's like not big thing, because I've known this, but I don't know if other people know this. And you say you've known it too, but they don't get paid for those halftime performances. Well, they get paid, but not like a check.
Yeah,
not like a check. They gonna get their money, what they like to say in the hood, on the back end. I know Apple paid $50 million to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then they had I think Usher had a $15 million budget for stage for stage design, the backup dancers, the crew, the this, the that, the singers. I'm sure Alicia, Luda, what's that man name that had the pilgrim socks on? Jermaine Dupri. You had to pay all these people too. So I'm sure paying them is probably the biggest part of the budget. But what do you think about that? I mean, what do you think about them?
I think it's a genius move. I mean, when you go to look at why they'll do it and see the elevated pay or the elevated notoriety that they get after they do it, I think it's a genius move. I mean, Usher doesn't get paid for the Super Bowl performance, but he just dropped a new album. He's going on tour. I mean, he had to add more shows to select cities. I mean, bro, he did the right thing. I mean, who else did it? Rihanna, her stuff went to like number one when she did her halftime performance. The Weeknd, same thing.
Justin Timberlake saw a 534% increase in music sales after Super Bowl 52. Travis Scott's performance fee doubled from 500,000 to 1
million. Yeah. I mean, but also it's like, and Travis Scott didn't even headline the halftime show. It was Maroon 5. He just came in and did sicko mode. Also, shout out to Travis Scott. We just talked about how SpongeBob Sweet Victory is one of the greatest halftime performances that we've ever seen. When Travis Scott was getting ready to do his song, he had the intro of the episode where SpongeBob was doing Sweet Victory. He had that intro into him doing sicko mode, which I thought was actually dope because it appealed to, the fans. But I think it's a great idea. I mean, when you think about how they're getting paid on the back end, it's a business move. And we all know the type of businessman that Usher is. For those that don't know the type of businessman that Usher is, I mean, he has a lot of things going on. I bet a lot of people to this day don't understand that, or not don't understand, but don't know that Usher is part owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he was part owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers when they won that championship when LeBron went back. I mean, Usher, and he even said it on Club Shay Shay. He doesn't want to be just known as a musician. It's crazy that you only know me from my music, but I'm doing all of this other things on the business end. I don't want to be known as just a musician. And he's been doing incredible things on the business end. So it's definitely going to pay off. I mean, he goes on tour in August. Like I said, he already added shows in select cities. I know he added some shows in Houston, added some shows in Dallas, and they're already on the brink of selling out. I mean, it worked out. It paid its dividends for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Usher, man. Shout out to all the artists We'll see who they get next year for New Orleans. But shout out to all the artists, man. Shout out to Super Bowl weekend. It was just an awesome weekend, man.
Awesome.
Great game, great performances. I'm sure what my boy Travis Kelce, Viva!
Viva! Viva! You couldn't even hear everybody say Las Vegas.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it at all. But shout out to Travis Kelce.
And honestly, just a little bit, stay on this topic a little bit. There's probably a lot more 49er fans out there than there was Chiefs fans.
I mean, that's a given. The 49ers are one of them teams. They're like the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Browns, the Packers. These teams that's been around for so long. The 49er fans travel well. The Cowboy fans travel well.
Raider fans travel well.
Raider fans travel
well. I will say those three, I'm not surprised. Packer fans and you said Browns?
Yeah, Browns.
I'm surprised.
So Packers and the Browns, Packers for sure. The Packers are one of the oldest teams. The Bears as well.
Packers. Like when you start talking about old teams, yeah.
Well,
like
that's who has the strong fan bases.
Browns is what I'm surprised about.
They're an old team. The Browns have been around forever. So the Browns travel. Right? But Jim Brown, the Browns are one of them teams that they haven't really been good, but they have a strong fan base. The dog pound is real. And trust me, I witnessed it when I was at the game. Whole left side, are you like it was crazy. They travel well.
That's impressive.
But teams like the Chiefs, these are small market teams. Teams like the Patriots. The Patriots won 6 Super Bowls. The Chiefs have been to 5 and been to 4, whatever it is. They just won their 3rd championship. But their markets are small. The Patriots fan don't have a big fan base like that. Even when they were winning Super Bowls, the Chiefs don't have a fan base like that. But when you talk about the Packers, it's kind of like the Yankees, the Lakers, the Knicks. The Knicks have been trashed forever, but their fan base is still strong no matter where you go. So it's kind of the same concept in football where all these teams have been around. The Packers have been around forever. The Bears have been around forever. I think the Packers and the Bears is the oldest rivalry. If I'm not mistaken,
if I'm not mistaken, I think that is it. Like I said, I think I'm not really surprised about the Packers, the Bears.
Packers not travel well, boy.
They don't. You just saying that because you're a Packers.
Yeah, they do not travel. It's just you.
Let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Not travel well. I think I'm only saying that because the Browns have been. I know Jim Brown was there. But it's not. I just never expected them. I didn't know Cleveland Browns was around for that long.
The Buffalo Bills.
Maybe I was naive. I know like the Jets. Do the Jets travel well? I know the Jets have been very like.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who'd you just say?
The Jets.
They mid. They mid.
Okay.
The Celtics been around.
But see, when it comes to basketball, there's only 2 teams that travel well. And there's really only one team, to be honest. There's really only one team. And that's the Los Angeles Lakers. The Boston Celtics are in second because obviously those teams have been around the longest, if I'm not mistaken. And there's Laker fans everywhere, just like there's Cowboy fans everywhere. Like, so in basketball is different. I didn't know it was, mind you, NBA fan, NFL fan. I didn't know it was that many teams. Like, I knew about the ones that you said, but the Browns was very, very, very surprising.
The Browns have a really strong fan base. The Browns fan base is really good.
The Knicks are third, VA. Lakers, Celtics, Knicks.
And that's exactly and if I had to go with 4
and then Bulls would probably be 4.
The Bulls? Because I don't know if I would put the Bulls. Let me not say that and don't have somebody to replace them with. I would probably go in the NBA as the 4th biggest fan base currently.
If you going currently, then I could probably agree with you.
Yes, the Bulls were dominant in the 90s, but I guess I'm looking more of those older teams. But the NBA, the NBA is a little different than the NFL because back then it was only 3 niggas winning championships.
It was only 3 winning championships.
I got somebody I'll put that for. I got somebody in the NBA.
Uh-huh.
The 76ers. What you think about that? I'll put the 76ers before I put the Bulls.
I wouldn't be mad because I would agree with you only because East Coast, crazy.
Right.
East Coast, when it comes to sports, crazy, right? But think about, if I'm not mistaken, they hated when the ABA got integrated with the NBA, and now you start getting these blacks into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You getting black people in the NBA. I'm not saying that Philadelphia was one of those cities, but Philadelphia has been known as one of those cities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because then
but I will say, who?
Dr. J.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dr. J came from the ABA,
right,
and went to the 76ers.
Dr. J was really Jordan before Jordan.
Yeah.
Athletic, black dude that was captivating the NBA. Yeah.
Crazy, right? Absolutely.
I think Bulls top 5. I just didn't know about that.
I think I will put Chicago at 4 because when Jordan got to Chicago, Jordan took over off the rip. Off the rip. Obviously, he didn't get to the finals until his 7th year in the league. But when he got to the finals in Chicago, I mean, to this day, I mean, I got a homie that's from Chicago that say like Bulls is still running shit. And I still run into people that's Chicago Bulls fans, which is crazy to me because they ass right now. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that Philadelphia is not a good, I don't want to say guess, but I wouldn't say a good choice. Right? Because Philly, yeah, I can see that. But I mean, honestly, but there after Lakers, Celtics, Knicks, it's up in the air.
The only thing with the Bulls, I just don't see the Bulls stand the test of times. And what I mean by that is, when Jordan was there, and even I think now the Bulls fan base is not as strong. And
no, it sucks.
And that's what I'm saying though. We're talking about teams that fan bases are still,
and that's why I say there's only 3. Like that's why I say it's up in the air after 3.
I'm saying if we had to go to 4, that's why
if we had to go to 4. You could argue Philly and Chicago. I feel like you could argue both of those because
I think Golden State too now too. I think Golden State's gonna stand the test of time. I think they're gonna become. Once
I think Golden State fell victim to Steph Curry. They absolutely fell victim to Steph Curry because Steph Curry has absolutely changed the game of the NBA. Steph Curry can obviously. And I mean, this is a conversation for another day, but I'll go ahead and say it. Steph Curry has fell into the conversation of one of the GOATs of the NBA because he's absolutely changed the game of basketball as we know it. But once Steph Curry has to hang up the sneakers, it's a wrap. It's not going to be no more Golden State. It's not. It's a wrap. It was. They had their run.
I think that
they got their 4 championships. I mean. Think about it,
when Jordan left the Bulls, I think it'll linger for a little bit.
It didn't. When Jordan left the Bulls, it was a wrap.
Yeah, because Kobe took over. Because
exactly, and where did everybody go?
A more dominant brand.
That's what I'm saying.
Over. Like, you had y'all fun. y'all had y'all fun.
But I mean, but honestly, think about it. Like, and we can stay here for a little bit before we end. If you think about it, if Kobe stayed with Charlotte and Kobe turns into the same exact player that he turned into with the Lakers, he stayed with Charlotte, there will be a lot of Charlotte Hornet fans. And when Kobe retired, there will be no Charlotte Hornet fans.
Right. But
Kobe
would take over once
Kobe getting traded to the Lakers made it like double down because the Lakers fan base is already tough. But then you go and get Kobe, who literally mimicked Jordan's every move, and literally got everybody that was a fan of the NBA to be a fan of him. That made it tough. But if he was in Charlotte, once he retired, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. And also, Kobe doesn't get 5 because ain't nobody going to Charlotte to play basketball, dog. I don't care how good Kobe is. Nobody is going to Charlotte to play basketball. It's all about the market that you're in. It's going to be very tough to get big name players to go to a small market. Why do you think it was hard for KD? And the only reason KD, Russ, and Harden was together is because they had draft picks. There's a reason why none of them are still there. There's absolute reason why none of them is still there. Obviously, for KD's situation, if you had got him help, KD maybe would have stayed there. After he got a ring, he definitely was leaving. He's definitely leaving. There's a reason why Russ is gone. Russ did what he could do for Oklahoma City. It's time to go ahead and try and get a ring and also build up his brand. He has a brand. Honor the Gift is a very big brand, especially in LA. It's a very big brand. Fashion Week, it's appeared in New York Fashion Week. I believe it's appeared. I think it's had some type of, view in Paris, but I know it's had some view in New York Fashion Week. And then obviously James Harden. There's a reason why a lot of these players don't go to small markets because they are a brand themselves. So it makes an impact when you go to a team with a bigger market. Hence the reason why we're talking about the Lakers being a big fan base, Boston being a bigger fan base, New York being a big fan base. Those are all big markets. Chicago is a big market. That's why I say Chicago before. Chicago is a bigger market than Philly.
Yeah.
When you think about it, as far as brands and everything go, stuff like that. But if Kobe would have stayed at Charlotte, everybody would have been a fan of the Charlotte Hornets because Kobe was there. As soon as Kobe retired, nobody cares about Charlotte. It's definitely have an impact of like the team. Are they marketable? Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Most big cities are big markets. That's kind of what the market term come from, because there's more opportunities in a bigger city.
Absolutely. And once again, as far as fans go, you're not going to see regular people be fans of small market cities unless a big name player is there. As soon as Patrick Mahomes retire, forget that. We won't even use Mahomes. Let's look at Tom Brady. New England and Foxborough, Massachusetts. Everybody became Pats fans because Tom Brady was going crazy. How many Pats fans you heard when Drew Bledsoe was quarterback?
I don't know. I was 9.
I can tell you I heard a lot of Chicago Bull fans when I was 9.
Yeah, they were winning championships.
You know what I'm saying?
Or they just won championships.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you only gonna hear the people,
but Drew Bledsoe ain't really get a chance. God dang! As soon as he got hurt,
he didn't.
It was like, all right, I would choose.
Put Tom Brady in. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he didn't really have a chance. But like I'm saying, but also as soon as Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, shit, all them Pats fans you saw, where they go? At least 80% of them went to Tampa.
They was cold up there.
They went to Tampa. Let me go and get some sun. I'm going with Tampa.
Cowboys, yeah, that's the number one. That's the number one brand in all of sports.
But Dallas is also, a lot of people sleep on Dallas. Dallas market is pretty big.
Well, yeah, Dallas is the 5th largest city in the country.
But a lot of people don't associate Dallas with being a big market for some reason. For some reason, they associate it with the Cowboys. They don't associate it with being a big market.
Well, the Cowboys are so big. The Cowboys are, like, that's what I'm saying. They're literally the biggest brand in all of sports.
Absolutely.
They're bigger than the Lakers. They're bigger than the Yankees. They're bigger than
FC Barcelona.
They're bigger than Barcelona. They're bigger than Real Madrid. Like, they're bigger than everybody that they. So yeah, they're going to have fans. Them having fans is what drives their value to be so high.
Absolutely, and this is the reason why it drives everybody crazy. When football season come around,
and that's why they keep losing. Too much pressure. Got the world on your shoulders. But yeah, anyways.
But yeah, that was a fun conversation. Absolutely. But yeah, you got anything else?
I'm supporting the brand right now. I just thought about it.
Like
it. True, you realize I don't even know why I have this hat.
Shout out, Go James. They play the Pistons tonight.
Oh yeah. I ain't watching them bum. I'm trying to get excited for basketball season. I used to be like when the Super Bowls, I was like, okay, but something about this season just don't sit.
You gotta wait till after All-Star weekend. You're trying to get into it too quickly. Let All-Star. Let them have their break. Let them go in All-Star weekend.
I usually be with the NBA by Christmas time. I usually be like, okay, like I'm in it. Okay, okay. I know what's going on. Like I know who's good, who's not. I know who's up for MVP. I know what's happening, but it's just something with this NBA season. I don't know. I'm gonna be ready come March.
It's always been like this. This is not the first time. Wait till after All-Star weekend. Wait till NBA is appearing on the ABC on Sundays and this, that, and the third. And Let it linger in. Wait till after All-Star break in it. You'll get into it.
Since October, shoot. But all right, I got you.
That's what I'm saying. But come on now. That's
what I'm saying. That's the.
But and also
thing I'm missing. That I'm saying. Normally,
football.
I'm already like excited for the NBA. Like that's me on a no. I love basketball. Like I do. Like not like I do football, of course, but football's a 10, basketball like a 9.2. Like I just can't play it because I ain't got no rhythm. But I love basketball. Like I am excited.
But also with basketball and you loving it, you're a LeBron James fan. LeBron James is playing for the Lakers, who are like 10th, 11th in the West right now. Man. They bums right now. You know what I'm saying? And also on top of that, Christmas Day was overtaken by NFL, something that you love. There's a lot of things that factor into it. Let All-Star Weekend pass. And then we will revisit how you feel about basketball. Let All-Star Weekend go by. All-Star Weekend is this weekend. Let it pass. And
I got my ticket. I got my tickets to the Mike Garrison Chance Shaw fight.
Hey man, we'll definitely revisit that when that happens because obviously they supposed to make amends here in Indianapolis this weekend, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you ain't got nothing, I ain't got nothing. We go ahead and end episode 70. This has been another episode of the Don't Cancel Me podcast, episode 70. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that you ring the bell to be notified whenever we go live, whenever we drop a video, whenever we drop a short. Okay, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, please make sure that you ring that bell to be notified. We are on the quest to 600 subscribers. 600. We're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I believe that we can hit that number quicker than the end of the year. So please make sure that you share the page, share with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, maybe even tell your auntie, your mama, your brother, your sister, whoever the case may be. But as always, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. We thank y'all for another successful show. I'm Vino Flight.
I'm Picture Perfect. Real quick, speaking of love, shout out to all the couples. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Happy Valentine's
Day. Enjoy yourself. Happy Mardi Gras Day today as well. Turn up this week. Show your love, some love. Kiss the little inside part of their toes tonight. You know, the little with the crust be at y'all, and they'll like it.
And on that note, that has been episode 70, man. Make sure y'all suck the toes, man.